I wrote a piece for Thrive Global back in March about, I believe the title was Mental Illness, Imagination, and Perseverance, and there was a photo image of Kirsten Dunst's character from the movie Melancholia that was attached to this article. And the overall thrust of the article was that paradoxically, sometimes the people who are perceived to be the weakest, people with mental illness, people with disabilities, can actually be the people who have sometimes the greatest reservoirs of strength. And we are right now facing, as we have for several months now, the COVID crisis. And what I wrote 2 months ago was that though I have suffered from mental illness in my life, and I was diagnosed with schizophrenia in the late 1990s, I've had major depression with psychotic features as my current diagnosis for many years now. Sometimes, though, it's people who have faced internal demons that are very severe can end up, as I said earlier, paradoxically being people who can handle external demons maybe better than some people who have never faced internal demons. All of which is to say that we can all be resilient, whether we've suffered from mental illness or any other disability. This is a very tough time for all of us. There are certainly racial and economic and social inequities that are taking place as well. In the midst of this COVID crisis, it's hitting African Americans and Latinos and other minorities much, much harder than it's hitting other groups of people. All of us, though, I think can hopefully recognize that as human beings, we do have the ability to overcome a lot of things. And I did have a 20 on the Global Assessment of Function score in 1999 when I was checked into the UCLA psychiatric ward. That's a very low score. It indicated just how debilitated I was and crippled, how crippled I was psychically, not unlike Kirsten Dunst's character in the movie Melancholia. And yet, as that movie progresses, later in the film, when a planet is headed for the Earth and it appears to be the end of times, it is Kirsten Dunst's character, the woman who has been depressed throughout the film, who shows the greatest imagination and perseverance and ingenuity in the face of a possible apocalypse. I can only say that in my own case, I feel in some sense that having faced two harrowing psychotic breaks in the late 1990s, having been nurtured back to health by my wife, Barbara, who passed away last September, I actually feel that so grateful that I got to be with my angel, Barbara, that I think that I have, paradoxically, a strength that is helping me and a resilience get through this. And I think all of us have that within us, whether we have mental illness or anything else.